Welcome, Dino D, American foreigner in the Philippines. Please subscribe, leave a comment, and click the thumbs up button for me. So yesterday, I like cooking and baking, so yesterday I was researching some things. I found this recipe for no-knead bread. It turned out pretty good. So stay tuned and watch. So I have the recipe right here. It calls for, what do we put in there? 4 items is all. No salt. There's no sugar in this. 3 cups of flour. I ended up having to use 3.5. 1.5 cups of hot water. 1/4 teaspoon of yeast and 1 teaspoon of salt. I actually use a 1/2 teaspoon of yeast. Don't use the water boiling hot. You want like 115 degrees so the yeast will develop. Very simple recipe. You're going to put your dry ingredients into a container. This is what I used for mixing, so you don't even need a beater. I used the handle for stirring, and then when I needed to, I scraped the sides. And then I'd stir, make sure it's all good and done there. And then basically when you finish with that, all you have to do is you put it in your oven, turn the oven light on, or someplace that has no draft, and it's warm enough for the yeast to develop in the dough to rise. Put a towel over the top of the bowl, and in about 2 or 3 hours it'll be doubled in size. Now the recipes, they say you want to use a Dutch oven, which would be like a pot with a lid on top. Cast iron is the most predominant one. I use just my cast iron skillet. Basically I scraped the dough out into the cast iron skillet. Yes, it was a little wet, but that's fine. And now I'll show you the finished product here. So this is the loaf of bread that it made. It rose nicely, especially in the center area here. That's the top. And the bottom. Yeah, the bottom browned a little more than I would like it to be. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to slice it and see what happens. Wow, look at those nice air pockets in the bread. What that means it's going to be is that the bread is light. It's not a heavy, thick bread. Yes, that's pretty light. That happens when you do not knead the bread and pull all the air out of it. Alright, so here's our bread, freshly made. It's cooled down for about 20 minutes. Feels kind of soft. So let's take a slice out over here. Nice healthy slice. Yeah, kind of crunchy on the bottom. Alrighty. I don't have a bread knife. Ooh, nice and airy. Let's see if we can get this done without cutting myself. As you can see, this is a French cutting knife, not a serrated blade for cutting bread. So there you have it. Looks like it's going to be it's not heavy, it's a nice light bread. So let's get some butter on here. Everything's better with butter. You know what I mean? Kind of like everything's better with bacon. I like the texture a lot. The crust has a nice crunch to it. The inside is good and soft. The inside is good and soft. But I think next time I'll add a little more salt to it. I like my bread a little bit more salt. Other than that, there's your homemade bread. Thank you for watching.